In this country, a farmer takes their own life every 10 days. They are 60% more likely to do so than non-farmers. Let that sink in. 60% more likely. Now that's a national disgrace. I've asked the former Deputy PM, Barnaby Joyce, to come on and talk about this, plus his thoughts on Tuesday's budget as well. But first up, Barnaby, thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome, Erin.
Why do these stats exist? Why are we losing so many farmers?
I think, Erin, there's a range of reasons. One is the isolation that people internalise issues when they happen to them. They don't have the capacity, that cathartic capacity, Erin, to basically reach out to someone. There's also a stoic nature in farmers that's not prosaic, it just is. People like to wear their weight on their own shoulders, not somebody else's, and they feel it's a sign of weakness to so-called download. There's also, it's a peculiar game, Erin, farming. You can win big and you can lose big. And if you lose big, especially lose financially big, you can seem like a failure to other people, especially your partner, your wife, because she's saying, well, we're going to lose the house, we're going to lose the car, we're going to be humiliated publicly in the view of everybody else. And the guy takes this onto his own shoulders and says, yeah, I'm a failure, I'm a loser. The best thing for me is to jump out of the plane. And Erin, I said, I can drive down. I remember driving down one road, Erin, and talking to the guy there, and he's saying, oh, that's so-and-so, but he committed suicide, and that fella killed himself at the back of the shed. And then going another couple of places, oh yeah, that guy also killed himself. I'm going, what the hell is going on here? It's so it's a case of, as we come up with all these politically correct things like, you can't, I can understand it, you can't drink and drive, but that means people don't go to the pub, they don't socialise. We come up with laws that are really good for the city, but in the country they just shut out your social life. And if you shut out your social life, that means the person becomes their own psychologist, psychiatrist, bad outcome.
Absolutely. I've interviewed the Mayor, Steve, a few times now. I don't know if this is right to say, he looks broken. He looked broken to me in that interview.
Well, I can't diagnose what happened to Steve, but or what's happening to Steve, but you just, sometimes you're lucky if you got your mates who you played football with or something like that, and they can watch you from a distance and possibly come up to you and say, mate, like I hate the sort of gizmo badges and all that stuff, but the one I do agree with is, are you okay? I really do. And I'm the one who thinks, oh mate, there's all this sort of gizmo crap you stick on your lapel, and
there's a day for everything.
There's a day for everything. There's a day for save the bandicoots, and every day's got a lapel. But that one matters to me because I think it's I get it, and I can understand how people get themselves in a dark corner. And the weirdest thing, and unfortunately, Erin, I know people who unfortunately have taken their life. This is the weirdest thing, Erin. Before they do it, they're quite happy. That really? They get to a point, they don't tell people, I'm going to kill myself, or anything like that. They just become quite sad, they're quite, inside the zone, and they're sort of happy with life, and you think, oh, everything's sweet with them, and next thing you hear is they're dead.
Yeah, oh, it's such a tragedy. And I guess, Lifeline is available for people, but what would you say to people, particularly people on the land? It's, if you're struggling, you've got to talk to someone.
The way I put it, Erin, is like this. Like if you hurt your leg, you'll go to, an orthopaedic surgeon. If you hurt your heart, you'll go to a cardiologist. Your brain's just another organ,
There's no shame.
There's no shame. The brain's another organ, and it's just, there's chemistry in the brain. And you have to be able to say, okay, that's not a rational thought. And you've got to work it out for yourself, because I know you won't download to someone else, and say, okay, I've got to go and get some help for that. Because even if you roll up your swag and disappear into the scrub, that is a better outcome for all the people around you than you take your own life. Because this is the other thing. If you take your own life, everybody else has to go on. And it actually makes things worse for people.
Absolutely.
So, it's better to say, listen, mate, I'm bankrupt. Here, have the place. Here's the keys to the car. say to your partner, I don't know, you either want me or you don't. It's up to you, and then, you know, just get somewhere else, because your kids are not going to be able to deal with the issues in life without you there. Be there for them.
Have you ever had to ask for help?
Well, I'm not, you know, I think all those sort of things are kind of personal, Erin, and I don't want to sort of, you know, I'm very fortunate. I'm a politician. I get a salary. I know at the end of the month there's going to be some money in my account. But for guys on the land, they get to the end of the month and there mightn't be. And the bills are there and the power's got to be paid and the rate's got to be paid. And, you know, I reach out to those people. Like a lot of people out there in the farming communities, those wheat crops you see, they're worth millions of dollars to put in some of them.
Yep.
Now, some of those people are going to be saying, if that doesn't come off, if I can't get that crop off, what I'm going to say to the bank manager, because he's going to turn into John, my mate, into Mr. Smith, my master, because he's going to be saying, you know, where's the money? Where's the money, mate? We've got a business to run here. Cough up.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. It is so tough. And of course, Lifeline is available for anyone